I've been gone a few days, but I'm back now, which means time for some theories on andteam's concept teasers for Bloom. If thirsty signified their desire to connect with each other, then Bloom signifies them thriving now that they have gone from me to we, blooming as andteam. Bloom is a bright and refreshing concept, with even the music in the background giving a nostalgic feel. However, not everything is as sunny as it seems. In my theory video for Thirsty, I mentioned that Nowhere could possibly be their version of Magic Island, or the Carnival. As mentioned before, the Carnival, or Nowhere, is a place outside of time, a place you go when you have a desperate wish. In some cases, those who made that wish become addicted to their desires and have a hard time escaping. Bloom seems to be a reflection of the island we've already seen, not just in its similarities to hybe's Drunk Dazed, but also to BTS's Run, where we were first introduced to the concept of time. We see hints of this also laid out throughout their photos and clips, with tropical trees sitting in the background along with some boats, and even one of the books on the shelf behind Fuma take place on an island. And the final hint is time. It seems that we're once again looking at multiple time frames, with one of those taking place on December 28th, 2023, the day of their party, and January 19th, 2024, sometime after. It's interesting then that multiple objects seen within the clips and photos come from other time periods. The different use of film that we see also gives us an idea that we're seeing different timelines, along with some differences within the scenes themselves. Another possible hint that had been pointed out to me is that, like with the island promises, each member seemed to showcase some sort of desire. Except, you guessed it, Harua, who once again stands out. Despite the warm and nostalgic feeling we get from a majority of the full clip, Harua's scenes leaves us with an eerie feeling, as the lighting suddenly begins flashing red. And while the other members are in an open space seemingly close to each other, Harua seems to be isolated, separated once again from the others. There are also objects in his room that seem to hint at his role in the story, with things like the glass orb that resembles the orb Subin has in TXT's Frost, the number of dinosaurs that sit on the tub, possibly representing the members, and even the confetti falling upwards. All of this seems to hint that he is an observer in time, someone who watches as the events unfold, or maybe someone who has a large hand in how these events play out. Needless to say, if you aren't already, we may need to continue keeping an eye on Harua, as his presence in the story is the most suspicious. The last key point I want to touch on is the bear we see in Harua's and Kei's part of Bloom. I mentioned in my video, Who is Harua, that both Harua and Kei seem to possibly reflect Fallon, the main protagonist from the book The Lone Wolf that we've seen in their music video Under the Skin. In the book, after being abandoned, Fallon was found and raised by a bear, before that bear eventually passed and Fallon found his new pack. If this theory is true, then it's no coincidence that both Harua and Kei are the ones holding this large bear. Could this bear then represent Giri, the alpha of the original pack? And if it does, what relationship does Harua, who has never met him, have? Those are all the key points I wanted to touch on for now, but there's so much you can find in these clips. Like the camera Taki holds going from a camcorder to a phone camera, the paper chain Maki wears possibly symbolizing his desire to be free, the numbers 4 and 5 along with the numbers 7 and 9 that continue to stand out, and even the posters that hang around the room that say things like Don't Panic, UFO, Now is a Good Time, and Hilal, or Universe, which hopefully more so means that we'll see connections to other universes than the possibility of aliens. So, what theories do you have about the Bloom concept trailers? Is there anything you noticed in the clips that seems suspicious to you? I'm also thinking about doing a video again on Harua's character, but this time I'd love to include any theories you may have on him as well. While this isn't guaranteed, feel free to leave your theories on him in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you again next time.